Hello everybody and welcome back to day 11 of Everyday October. And this is the look that I am creating today. This is like blue and navy and purple and some of my all-time favourite colours. I'm also applying lashes, which is, if you saw my video from a couple of days ago where I did the khaki look, this is a lot more successful. So if you want to see everything that I am wearing today and how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Hi there! So I am going to start with my eyes today because the vision that I've got in my head, I don't have anything to work off today. I'm just working on an idea that I have in my head, is of a very sort of blown out dark colour with a very light silvery glittery inner corner and then nothing under the eyes. Like I'm really gonna like clean it up and leave it very clear under the eyes, and then obviously flawless skin, glowy, lots of blush, etc, etc. So starting with the eyes, I'm going to go in with the Collection Lasting Perfection Stretch Concealer. I have this in the shade 4 and I'm going to buff this all over the eye area to cancel out the veins, cancel out any like discoloration. Then I'll do the brows and then we can get on to the eye look. So for the brows, I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown and the e.l.f. Wow Brow, but this is in deep brown shade. I'm hoping to try and get a bit more like depth and definition in the actual brow hairs with the Wow Brow, so I'll be right back when I've got some brows on my head. And that is the brows on. I have fully like carved out underneath those. Obviously this is going to be quite a glamorous look. So the palette that I'm going into is the Beauty Bay Midnight 9 Pan palette. When I very first tested this, I will link that video up above, I did more of like a pastel look with the lilac and the light blue, basically stayed in like the top half of the palette. But today it's autumn, we like those deeper colours. I'm going to be focusing more on the bottom half, especially this darkest blue shade, Denim. Such a rich blue, so intense. And then I will like decide on which shimmer I want to use, if I want to use a shimmer at all. I mean, I definitely am going to use a shimmer, but I have also brought over the Collection GLAM crystals in 16 Cosmic Stars so that I can add that really intense like glitter on the inner corner. I'm going to add a wing. That's going to be the look. So I'll start with a big fluffy brush and I will just tap out the creases. I haven't set this concealer on the lid. I want this to be more tacky so that the colours really stick onto it. So I'll start with that middle blue shade, which is called Bingo, on the big fluffy brush, and I'm going to start working this in like above the crease. So this is going to be like the transition tone, and I am sort of dragging this quite far out. Like I say, I want it to be quite winged. Let me know what your like favourite colours are to wear in autumn. I love all colours all year round, but I especially love like embracing deeper and darker colours in autumn, so there's going to be a lot of that this month. And I feel like autumn really is the time for like embracing just more, embracing like more coverage and more colour and more glam. Does anybody else feel like that? Like in spring and summer it's all about like fresh and minimal makeup, and then obviously like winter is like the full glam Christmas makeup, but I feel like autumn is just a really fun time for like the kind of makeup that I like to wear, where it's just more for an everyday basis. So then I'm going in with a smaller fluffy brush and I will dip into the Iris shade, that more purpley shade, and just keep that slightly lower down and tighter into the crease. So that's the purple on, basically to get that to how I have that on the lid. I dipped the side of the brush into the colour and then I laid it on and just sort of went straight out from my crease out to the eyebrow and made that sort of shape there, and then blended it to make it a little bit softer. But I wanted that purple colour to be quite intense, quite far out, obviously this is more of a dramatic look, so I want that colour out there as well. Then I'm going to sort of do the same thing with the blue called Denim, dip into that, and again lay down the colour on the like outer half of the lid and make it into that sort of triangular shape out from the crease, like that but blended. So once I've got that colour down like pretty much in the shape that I want it, I'm just going back over with that first fluffiest brush and blending out the edges. Obviously I'm not worried too much about this edge because I'm going to be cleaning that up. And then on the lid I'm just going to dip into that first blue shade that we used, Bingo, and put that over that join in the middle to blend that out over like the rest of the lid. So I'm going to go in with a shimmer. I think I will go in with Bubbles because this one, Gleam, is the lightest one and that is beautiful. I have used that a few times, but I want something more blue, I think. So I'll go in with Bubbles on a flat brush and I will just start tapping that all over like the inner half of the lid. I'm just going to take a little bit of that Sky shade, the lightest blue shimmer, and just put that more on like the inner corner, just to try and brighten that up a touch. And then one last blend with that fluffy brush, and I don't even think I want to use that Collection glitter. I think I'm happy with how that looks. That's really pretty. So I will go in with a cotton pad with some micellar water on it and really clean up under there because there will be fallout from that glitter, and also create that sharp line on the outer corner so you can see the difference there. Like that just looks more sharp and done, and that's just a mess. So just making sure that they are somewhat equal and that all of that fallout is gone from underneath the eyes. And then shall I do a wing? I think I do. So I will go in with the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte liquid liner. This is the black one, so I'll do quite a big wing. That's close enough to being equal for me. So I am going to do mascara and then I think I'm going to do lashes. So this is the Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara and I'm just going to do like a light layer. I have some corner lashes. Do I know where I've put them? Absolutely not, but I have some somewhere. So I'm just going to do the mascara first. Just one like light layer to blend the lashes into. So that's the mascara on, and I think I will do the base before I go on to apply the lashes. I'm going to try and apply the same ones that I tried to wear the other day, and maybe just like stick them a little bit further out so that you can hopefully see them a little bit more. I'm still figuring my way around this whole like lash life thing. So for foundation I am going to mix two together. This is the IRL Filter foundation in F3 and the NYX Born to Glow foundation in 05 Light. I'm going to do like equal parts of this. I will mix it on the back of my hand because I want something a little bit glowier than what the Revolution alone gives me, but I want something a little bit more coverage than what the Born to Glow gives me. I'm just playing like scientists today. Figuring out what I want as I go along. So I've got both of those on the back of my hand. I'm just going to mix them with the end of a brush and apply that all over. Get my hair out of the way first. So I'm going to take a brush to just start blending this out. I do have a sponge, so I'll probably go over the top of it with a sponge once it's blended, but I like to like get the product on with this brush. This is the Seamless Complexion brush from Real Techniques. I did a whole review on this, I will link that up there. Really great foundation brush if you're in the market for them. And I'm going to take this foundation like quite high up under the eyes as well, because that IRL Filter Revolution foundation is such good coverage. I don't generally use a concealer under my eyes with it, I may do today. I'll see how I feel once it's all blended out, but I quite like taking that like quite high up anyway. Now I've just got to be careful around the brows. So I'm just balancing the beauty blender over all of that just to make sure that it's nicely like blended in and there's no brush lines. Not that I think there is. This brush is really great for like applying your foundation really quickly and really seamlessly, but I just wanted the extra reassurance from the sponge, and I don't feel like I need any more coverage under my eyes. I'm happy with how that looks, but I want it to be a little bit brighter, so I'm going to go in with that concealer again and the same brush that I used earlier and just get a little bit more of that and sort of really cut underneath that liner on the outer corner, just to really highlight the you know, the sharpness of that line. And I will also just brighten under the eyes while I'm here. So that is looking extra bright and really sharp out there, which is what I wanted. So for the rest of the face, I have cream bronzer and cream blush and then powder products to go over the top. So I'm starting with the Collection Gorgeous Glow contour stick, and I'm just dipping into that to get the product onto my brush, and I'll use that quite far back to start chiseling out these cheekbones. Obviously this is quite a glamorous look, so I want the contour to be a bit more than what I would do on an everyday basis. Then for cream blush, I'm going in with the Barry M Fresh Face Cheek and Lip Tint in Summer Rose. And although this has summer in the name, I feel like this is more of an autumnal shade for me. Like, it has some like warmth in it, and I feel like that's a really beautiful shade for at this time of year. And I've spoken before about how I feel like blush is one of the first things that I like to change when it comes into autumn, and this is one that I really love. So I'm working that into a brush just off the back of my hand. I'm going to start applying that, and it's really pigmented as well. You don't need very much to get quite an impactful amount of blush, but obviously this is only the first layer. We are layering today like onions. So that's the blush on. I'm going to very lightly set this down with the Revolution Pro Hydra Matte powder, just down the centre over those cream products a little bit. So I'm also just making sure that all of that concealer under the eyes is nicely set, because obviously I want that to be really flawless, like in contrast to the darkness that's on top of the eyes. Then I'm going to go in with the MUA Bronzed Perfection Matte in Sunset Tan and just add this over the top of that cream contour stick, just to add a bit of warmth into the skin. And this is such a beautiful, warm, bronzy shade. I've been through so many of these in my lifetime. They're really great for the price, and obviously absolutely huge. Like, I've never actually finished one. One of them I stood on and then threw away because it shattered into a million pieces. One of them, the lid came off, again shattered into a million pieces, and then I think this is my third one. And then, as always, same brush, going into the Collection Glow Blush. This is in the shade Too Bashful, and I'm going to add that over the top of where we put that cream blush. Such a pretty colour. And it's really nice that it's got that little bit of glow in it, so if you didn't want to add a highlighter, it does still give you that nice, like, healthy glow. I mean, we're going to be adding a highlighter today, but if you didn't want to, you don't have to, because it does give you that nice soft flush and like reflect. It's just a little bit luminous, really pretty. So that is that. Then for highlight, like I say, we are adding a highlight today. I'm going in with the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme. Mine is broken, so I can't hold it up and show you it properly, like show you the colour, but for a blinding highlight, this is hands down my favourite one. So I'm just going to work a little bit of that into the brush very carefully, because it's like powder in there now, it's like dust. I'm just going to start working that onto the high points of the cheeks. Oh, it's so blinding. And I'm really like spreading that out so it doesn't look like a stripe. Like you can't see it when I'm straight on, but it's there. Oh, it's just so pretty. And then just buffing back over with that blush brush. I might add more blush, probably will. Also going to put some of this down the nose and on the Cupid's bow. I am also just going to take a small little eyeshadow brush and pop some of that right onto the inner corner, because I like having the same highlight on the face and on the inner corner. I just feel like it makes everything look really nice and cohesive. I'm also taking that a little bit along, not the lower lash line, but just on the inner corner. Yes. So whilst I'm like working on the eyes and thinking about that, I am just going to do the lashes. Like I say, these are the ones that I tried out in the khaki look. I'm just gonna use the same pair again and just try and do it better, basically. Try and do it better than I did last time. There's a man up an electricity pole outside my window, literally 10 feet from my window. Yay for me. Okay, so that's the lashes on. I definitely feel like I've done a better job this time. I feel like they look a lot better. I mean, I feel like you can't really see them against like the darkness, but I do definitely feel more comfortable in these ones today. Like I've just applied them better and they're looking less wonky. I will also say I realised after I'd put this side on and noticed the man outside my window that the powder that I put on my face had obviously fallen onto my natural lashes, so I did just put a little bit of mascara on and then put mascara on that side, then put the lashes on. So obviously I'm still learning how to do everything, but I just, like, mental note, put mascara on after you've done your powder if you're going to be wearing lashes. So for the lips, I am going in with a glossy lip. This is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Exaggerate in 018 Rose Addiction. Obviously the only lip liner pretty much that I wear, that and the Satin Kiss from Revolution. The only lip liners that I wear. They're just, when you find something that works, you don't need to stray from anything else. Then for lipstick, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Colour Riche Matte in Mocha Chic. Probably one of my favourite nudes. Like, I just find myself reaching for this so much more than like the rest of my collection. And those two work together really, really nicely. And then, like I say, we're going glossy today, so I'm going in with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Reef. Just don't look too closely at the packaging. Don't you hate it when they have those like security stickers on the actual packaging and then you just can't get it off and your packaging looks disgusting for the rest of the time? Yes, my perfect glossy nude lip. Am I done? Do I want more blush? No, I don't need more blush. I need to take my little clippies out my hair, despite the fact that I am like 90% dry shampoo at this point. This is the finished look. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your like favourite colour to wear at this time of year is. Blue is definitely up there for me. Like every single colour, but blues and greens and purples and oranges and reds and pinks. Is that every colour? Yeah, that's every colour. But I'm so here for it at this time of year. I just love colour, so let me know what you think. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, you can subscribe down below. I am 11 days into the month. There are 11 videos so far and there's plenty more to come. So if you want to see those, you can subscribe. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye!